Hi everyone. Uh, Today I'm just going to go over the TO utility just to make sure that everybody has a pretty decent grasp on this. So up at the top here, this event section, this event says 83. And what this represents is your 3 week out or your 3 week projection. Or 3.5. It's between 3 and 3.5. So in this case, where let's say this person does 25 pickups a week, 25 times 3, 75, and then this is 83. So this is a little over a 3 week projection. So that's where that number comes from. The cycle drops over here in the upper right. That is the total number of events that you would do in a cycle. So, and that number is important to be accurate because that factors in with this column over short. So if this number is off or not pretty darn close, please let your manager know so we could have that number adjusted, or let your inventory manager know, and then we'll get that correct moving forward. Now, these headers across down here, just like your sales report, all these headers are sortable. So I could sort that, I could sort it by SKU, or I could sort it by title, put it alphabetically, however you want to do that. Now I scroll over, and you can see as I'm scrolling over, I'm losing sight of the title and the SKU. Right now, we're unable to freeze the panes, but in the next upgrade, those are going to be frozen. So those will stay put, and you'll be able to see them no matter where you scroll. But for now, we're going to lose sight of them. So the next thing I want to go over, just a little refresher quick on rep ratio. Rep ratio is the quantity sold here divided by the total number of events. The quantity sold divided in the events. And that comes out to rep ratio. Now on the initial, this is the proposed order that I sent to the rep. So let's just say on this one, the Marcy Daughter scrapbook, I proposed 2 cases. No, actually 3 cases I proposed. 3 cases, and it's 24 units. How I came up with that is you take the total number of events, 83, multiply it by your rep ratio, 0.77, and you come up with a number, and then you subtract your current quantity on hand, and then that gives you like the balance. So this is basically what it's calling for based on your ratio and what you're going to probably sell over the next 83 events if that ratio holds. So in this case, let's just say you wanted to make a change because let's say a school ordered a case or some special circumstance. So you could click the pencil, and I've already made the change, but you could type in whatever change you need, and you could change it up or down. So, sometimes you may think, hey, we're not going to sell this many in the territory I'm going, so you might revise it down a case instead of up a case. But in this case, let's just say we raise it to 32. And then we scroll over, and under the rep comments, you might want to add the comment. Just saying, this just gives me an indication of why it was changed, and just so we're on the same page. The more communication on these book orders, the better. And then you could just type that in and then click save. And while we're over this way, here's the manager comments. Now the manager comments are sortable again, so I could put the manager comments at the top. And that's basically, notes that I'm sending you, or the manager's sending you. So in this case, the giant floor puzzles, proposing sending 50, and this is a new title for this rep. And then, but it's not a replenishable item, so I'm just making a note, one-time allocation. And this is going to be a note that you're going to want to keep, so next week you don't forget, hey, I'm not going to be able to order this again. And let's just say the next one, construction emergency, 2 set. This, I'm proposing 40. But this 40 here that I'm proposing on this order, this will be the final allocation on that title. So this is another thing you may want to make a note on. But what you can do is, instead of making all these notes, you could also export the order. And I'll go through that before we finalize this. But let me scroll back over, and I want to go over that over short column with you. So the over short column, this over short column is pretty important, because what this is this is taking your cycle drops of 140 and it multiplies it by your current ratio. And then basically, if you multiply 140 times your ratio, that is the total number of units that you will probably sell throughout the cycle if that ratio holds. So in this case, 44 events have already been done. So really the way this is factored is 140 times the rep ratio, and you get a number, and then you deduct your current on hand, 46, and then you deduct your quantity sold. And then the 28 in the over short, that's what's left. That's what you would need for the rest of the cycle based on this ratio. So you're going to, on top of your 46 units that you have, it's saying at this ratio, you're not only going to sell the 46, but you also will probably sell another 28. So when we do this proposed order, let's just say I ordered 24 on my proposed order, and this was based off of the 83 events up here, which that's going to be really close to our over short. So let's just say you wanted to add this case here to make it 32. Well, we're really pretty much right on the button there, so that's cool. That's fine. Now let's take this dry erase markers. So the dry erase markers have an over short of negative 45. So what that's saying is, after I bring this title out to all my 140 schools at this current ratio, 0.25, I'm going to have 45 units remaining after I finish all my schools for that cycle. So I have 69 now, and after I finish up, well, I've already done 44 schools, so let's just say I have another 96 schools to do. After I finish that up, I'm still going to end up with 45. So let's just take a look at build a skill. Build a skill, we're showing an over short of negative 19. So that's saying that over the course of the rest of the cycle, come the end of the cycle, I'm going to have about 2 cases left. And then right now I have 61. So out of the 61, I'm going to end up with 19 remaining if this ratio holds. So when you look at your over shorts, we really kind of want to shy away from ordering anything with a negative, because basically what this is saying is your current quantity of that particular title, you're not going to sell your current quantity, so we really wouldn't want to order more. So that's that. So super important. And now, yeah, one other thing, this show tester tab. So this side is these are the production titles. Now, sometimes you'll get sent a tester, 2 or 3. So you could click show tester to see if you have any testers on your proposed order. And here's one, so you could just check it out. Okay, great, I got a tester. Then you go back to show production. And then you're back on this screen. So now you're pretty much done. You've made all your revisions that you wanted to make. You've typed in your comments and you reviewed my comments. Now you could actually just export the order. So I click export, and then here's an Excel file that comes up. And here it comes now. And here is the order. So what I could do here is I could save this order as September 10th order. and I could save it to my desktop, and I could actually make a folder and call it orders, and then have all my orders in the folder. So let's just say next week on September 17th's order, I just save that as September 17th. And how this would be helpful is that this has all the information. So all the comments that I've made, all the comments that you've made, all the changes, and so forth. And then if you, let's say next week you have a question about any particular title, let's just say Giant Floor Puzzles, which was a one-time allocation, and you forgot, or you didn't, there was some reason why you couldn't remember, or you lost your note, here, bam, you have this for reference. So you could just open up your spreadsheet and check out the comments if you need to. So that's that. So that's exporting order. And then once you do that, then you just click submit order, and then you're done. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye-bye.